Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of January right through the end of February 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your career reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then get the rest of the cards just to see what is coming in your way, okay? Now, before I even start, they're showing me, because I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, they're showing me a banner with some Latin words on it, okay? Now, I never really did anything to do with Latin, so I can't really tell you what the meaning is, but I'm going to read it for you. Ego sum. Ego sum. So it could even be ego sum. I'm not really sure, but I want to say ego sum. E-G-O. And then there's a separate word, S-U-M. Ego sum. Now, my soul, the energy that I'm being given, it's like I want to say I am. Okay, that's what I want. It's almost like I'm getting this energy of if you believe you are something, then you will become it. That's the energy that I'm being given. Okay, so maybe this is something that you have promised yourself you're going to approach your career with, this confidence that you are who you are and you are what you are, as in terms of your career, you know. So for example, if you have high hopes of being like in a leadership position, then you're leading with that energy that you are a natural born leader. So therefore you are. You know, this energy of I am. So it's like you're establishing yourself in some way. So I'm just going to leave that energy there. It may be something that you'll see over the next coming weeks, like a banner somewhere. And it's like almost like solidifying this energy within you that you are going to become whatever it is you feel like you should be or that you are right now. So I hope that's making sense in some way. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there, okay? Let me just continue with the energy. That was interesting to see right away. A banner, though, is to like proclaim. It feels very much like you're proclaiming that you are going to be, you know, reaching your goal, for example. That's the energy that I'm being given there. Isn't that so interesting, Leo? Your first card there is the Strength card. So that is about you establishing your power. So I am getting that really strong energy coming through. And as soon as I finish this reading for you all, I'm going to run off and see what ego sum means, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Because it may not even mean that. It may mean something totally different, but it's somehow relevant to you. It could also be if some of you are going for an opportunity, perhaps you'll see like on a logo of a company, ego sum, or yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. So all these signs and symbols, they may mean absolutely nothing in this moment, but then suddenly everything starts to slot into place. I mean, looking at your overarching energy, you've got the strength, the determination to reach your goal because you got the World card, which means something is coming to a climax or an end for you in some way, and you're in a really powerful position to activate change in your career. But it's starting with the Strength card, okay? So this is your dominating energy, your protagonist energy. So that's about you stepping into your power, having the confidence to move forward and do something bold and daring in your career right now. So if you're in a company that you work for at the moment, you may be establishing yourself as someone who really stands out from the crowd, or you take on a project that really like highlights and launches you into, you know, the arena of being seen in your career and appreciated for your skill set. If you're thinking about doing something on your own, own, launching something solo, entrepreneurship energy. This is about you having the motivation and the drive and the strength to take yourself to where you want to go. And looking at the World card, it's like you're taking yourself to the top, or, you know, you're not going to stop until you reach your goal. So I definitely see that there is this determination within you to establish yourself as being the best at whatever it is that you do. Okay. Now it says here, discover yourself, trust your intuition and your inner wisdom. Okay. So I was going to say inner vision, actually. That was the energy that came to me, but it says wisdom there. So I feel this is about you intuitively and instinctively making bold moves and decisions in your career. And for those of you who have come to this reading because perhaps you've walked away from a job position and you're looking for something new, or you're currently in a position and you're still putting your resume out there trying to find new opportunities, even if you were made redundant or in some way had to walk away from something last year in 2023, I feel things are going to pick up for you, and I feel your goals are going to be realized. I definitely see that you're taking things to the top, and it starts with the self first, having that confidence within your skill set. But also, you know, the Strength card is all about value. It's about, you know, unconditional love for what you do, but also recognizing that you value your own skill set so that you're not taking less than you truly deserve for the efforts and the skills that you've acquired. You know, sometimes, you know, we also have to take positions where we feel a bit overqualified for the position, but we have to take it as a stepping stone, or we have to, you know, do something perhaps that we don't see as our end mission, shall we say. Like many, many years ago, for example, I had several jobs. Now, of course, 2 or 3 of those jobs that I did at the same time, I was rushing from place to place. They weren't exactly my ideal opportunity, but I was working towards being able to be stable enough to put myself in a position to either set up my own stuff or, you know, find a role that I was truly hoping for. And then, you know, it all started to slot into place. So whatever sort of energy you find yourself in right now, I feel you're establishing yourself. So if you work for a career, for a company, for other people, I see that you are leadership material and that you are moving on up the ladder. But also, I feel like you're standing out from the crowd in some way. If you're an entrepreneur, I feel some of you may make some bold and daring additions or strategic moves in your career to put yourself, you know, ahead of the rest so that you really stand out. And if you're currently looking for work, I definitely see that your skill set is something that is sought after right now as well. Okay, so we will go a little bit deeper and find out what the energy is. We have Justice. Okay, now Justice in the resistance position, it's like you got it in the reverse. So some of you beautiful Leos out there, and I'm not talking all of you, I will give you I'm getting about a 20% energy coming through for some of the Leos out there. You may have had to go to HR about something in your career, or you may feel something has been unfair and you need to readdress the balance in some way. I feel you'll find a diplomatic way to find a resolution to a situation, and some of that 20% energy that I've got coming through, you may even think about taking things further, like a legal case in some way. And I feel you're doing what's best for you, leading with integrity and honesty. And, you know, I feel if you've been, they're just giving me the word bully right now. So some of you may have been dealing with someone who is bullying you in the office or in some way ostracizing you or trying to pick out of you because they felt intimidated by your skill set, or they felt that, well, I'm getting a little bit of energy of someone. It's this energy of being almost like trying to be moved to the side so that someone else can come into the position. So it could be, for example, if I was a boss and I was trying to push you to the side, which I would never do, of course, but if, you know, I was trying to push you to the side, there's nepotism there, almost like they want their friend or someone to come into the role. So I'm picking that up a little bit. Some of you beautiful Leos out there may be dealing with that, and you may have to go to HR, or you may have to reexert your power in some way, reestablish yourself this month. And that's not going to resonate with everyone, okay? But I want you to be aware that that's coming through for some of you. Now, for the majority energy that I've got coming through here, I feel that some of you may need to make some adjustments in your career sector. It could be that you feel people are overloading you at work, or you feel that someone is not pulling their weight. You may also feel that, you know, there is some sort of unfairness, or you may even hear that your company, if they're not merging, I feel like there may be some sort of discrepancy or some sort of investigation that goes on there as well. So that's coming through there. Also, I'm getting an energy of, because I'm getting an energy of legal legal problems here with this card. So you may hear, if you work for a company, you may hear, and this is like, it feels like not your energy, it feels like other people's energy. So I feel if you're working for a company, you may hear that, perhaps their stats weren't as good as usual and they need to merge, or they need to look into some legalities. So I'm not going to lie to you, my beautiful Leos. I am getting energy of 2024 in general that large establishments may be like downsizing. Okay, you can see it all over yourself, but I am getting a big energy of that happening for 2024. Looking at your energy, I feel like you are someone who's very, very strong and established, and you're really good at what you do. You're very naturally gifted. And with the World card, I feel like some of you, you may be, if you hear about some sort of trouble in the ranks in your career sector, you may actually yourself, because I feel like you're in the position of power here. Some of you may be thinking about taking yourself elsewhere. Okay. So with the World card, this is to start a new chapter. So some of you may be thinking about, putting your resume out there and finding new opportunities. And some of you may even be thinking a little bit further afield, like you want to work abroad, or perhaps there's another place in the world that you feel called to move to and establish yourself there. Especially if you're an entrepreneur or you feel like you want a little bit more of a nomadic working environment, I definitely see that you will reach your goal. There are going to be some legalities that you will need to look into, because this can be an energy of like lots of paperwork, lots of things that you need to get sorted with, visas and, the drill. So some of you may need to really look into that. Don't bypass that, because that can come back to bite you on the you-know-what later on if you don't get the correct documents, okay? Now, for the rest of you, beautiful Leos, I see some of you, if you're in a career where you work for an establishment, there may be some new contracts that come in. Okay, so you could hear of a merge or a restructure in your current environment. And I really want you to pay close attention to all the fine print in that contract. Make sure that all the benefits that you had in your previous role, either you negotiate a better deal or you make sure that some of those benefits remain in this new contract, because when you get a merge between very big companies, and we will be hearing more about that overall in 2024 for a lot of companies, okay, it's really important to recognize that the new company will come in with new rules and regulations and policies, and you may actually have to sign a new contract. And that means anything that went before is nullified, okay? So if you've been established in a role for quite some time, you may hear of a merge. And if you've been like staircasing your finances within this company and you have certain benefits, this may be changed in some way. So it's almost like when you sign a new contract, you start from that new date. So you no longer work for that company for like 10 years. Now you're working from that company from the day that you signed this new contract. So just watch out for that, okay? Make sure everything's in writing for you before you sign on the dotted line. Also, if you feel someone's been dishonest in the working environment and they haven't been pulling their weight, I see it being readdressed at the end of the month. So if someone is really trying to micromanage you, or in some way trying to, put a lot of work on top of you and not really pull their own weight, I feel it will be readdressed, because anything is in the resistance position, it goes into the upright by the end of the month. And this reading is good right up until the end of February there. But the Justice card can also indicate that you are going to be in a faster paced environment as you move through February, where there's going to be a lot of work on your shoulders. You're going to have a lot of tasks, administrative work, whether you're in a career or not. Even if you're looking for work, I see lots of resumes going out there. But the World card tells me that you reach your goal. Whatever your goal is for the month that you set for yourself, you're not going to stop until you reach it. And the World card is some sort of success news, something that comes into fruition for you. So I see a lot of you tying up loose ends, starting new projects because you're finishing old tasks or things that have been on the go for quite some time. But also the World card is a card of being in the right place at the right time to accept a new opportunity. It can indicate the end of an era in some arena of your working environment. For some of you beautiful Leos, and I'm only picking up a small percentage of you, maybe about like 2-3%, some of you are thinking about retiring and you are just trying to pick the right moment. So some of you, if you're expecting like a quarterly bonus, it will be slim pickings in 2024. I got to be honest with you, but there are still some bonus incentives available to some establishments. This is what I'm picking up in the energy. But if you are someone who tends to get like a bonus quarterly, which not many places do, but if you do, then I feel like some of you may be thinking about the long game, waiting until that bonus comes in and then deciding to leave. And you may be putting your resume out there for alternative opportunities. Even if you're retiring or thinking about retiring, some of you may decide that you want to be a consultant, or you may want to have like an alternative kind of income coming in where it's a little bit more passive. You're setting something up, whether it's like a course of learning online, or whether it's like writing a book, or, speaking your truth. So it could be that you're going to establish yourself by writing something regarding the industry that you work in, and how, there can be lots of ups and downs and people backstabbing and all the pitfalls, but also all the exciting moments of your career as well. So I feel some of you are really thinking about establishing yourself in so many different ways. And whatever goal that is, your overarching energy indicates you accomplish that goal and you will be so proud of yourself. This is it coming full circle and you celebrating a win. It says here, making the most of your life. Time to accept differences and learn to live with them. So if, for example, there is someone in your working environment, whether it's you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to make your way and you feel like all the doors are closed to you right now, you're going to see some doors open to you, and you're going to notice that there are going to be lots of different people who are very different from you. And rather than conform to who these people are and how they got there, I feel like you are retaining your level of authenticity and integrity. And that sets you apart. Okay, that's what makes you unique and stand out. Because in a world where people want everything to be the same, people are looking the same, people are moving into an environment where, it's like competing in the same way. It feels like there's not many like new ideas out there sometimes. You actually have really wonderful, unique ideas. And I feel like you're sticking to your individuality, and that's what sets you apart. So I definitely see that you're going to be noticed for whatever it is that you do. There's going to be recognition here. But I feel like some of you need to make some adjustments as well, especially in the time arena, like your schedule. I feel like you are readjusting a balance. You're making sure you work in a more harmonious environment as well, peace of mind. So whether that's as simple as you like reorganizing your desk so it doesn't look like you've got lots of stuff all over the place and you feel completely streamlined, or whether you enjoy that level of messy chaos, but at the same time it's organized chaos. You know exactly where everything is, right through to like organizing your schedule. I feel like you're in an organizational mode and you're looking at your skill set. 8 is the number of the self, and you're starting with that. And this is an 8 number year, okay? Which means there are infinite possibilities for you to tap into. So very exciting time for you, okay? It's like you have what it takes to get to where you want to go, but some of you, there needs to be some sort of adjustment. Now, this could be like a mindset, okay? We've got 4 swords there. This could be a mindset. You having this energy of like, I am capable. I'm going to make sure things happen on my own terms. It could also be, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? It could also be something as major as you decide that you want to work in a different environment or a different sector. So I definitely see some major changes there. And I will look at your finances, but looking at the cards that have come out here for you at the moment, there's a lot of swords energy, which means you are very cerebral this month. You're thinking about plans, you're making things happen, you're like taking action on the plans that you already have in play. But also I see with the star energy, this is your final card. This is you standing out from the crowd. This is you like being in some sort of spotlight, being recognized for who you are and what you do. But also it's about you wishing, a brighter future to look forward to. It's about you aligning yourself with your goals and dreams and making things happen. And also having a lot of clarity about where you want to take your life, because I'm getting this energy of next level, okay? Now, your first card there is the 4 of Swords. Now, the 4 of Swords is almost like to withdraw, to take a little step back, to regroup your energy, to get clarity, okay? This is a card of meditation, thoughtfulness, really like mulling things over. So I feel here that some of you are, through peace of mind, because I feel like you're really managing your stress levels and trying to find a greater clarity on how you will, get the best out of your experience in the working environment as you can get, is what I'm seeing here. So lots of new ideas bubbling up there, ideas that you will put into practice, because we have the Knight of Swords there. Okay, and the Knight of Swords is about thinking about a plan and then having the bravery and the momentum and the determination to make those plans become a reality. Also, I see lots of new ideas coming to you in silent moments. So just when you're about to go to bed, for example, or if you are like in the bathroom or you're taking a bath, when you're alone and there's kind of silence, I see lots of like inspiration coming to you. This is a period where you are protected, okay? Four of Swords means protection. So if there are some sort of restructures going on in your career sector in some way, I mean, even if you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, you may hear of like new policies changing, of how, you know, people do taxes, for example. There may be some new rules and regulations or changes in that area, and you'll need to adjust, because the Justice card is a card of adjustment, of like readdressing the balance. Now, this could go either way. For some of you, it's actually something you've been hoping for, okay? So it could be there's some sort of change that means there's more money in your pocket, for example. Three of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in your resistance position can indicate some of you are feeling the pinch financially. You're being really conservative with your finances, and some of you are thinking about things that you can do from home. Okay, that you can earn more money. And for some of you, you may even hear of policies changing about how things from home that you either sell because you've evolved away from them, you've outgrown them, and you're going to sell them on to a loving home. Or, you know, if you are making money from home, you may hear that the way it's taxed or the way that it's dealt with in terms of policies changes in some way, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming or difficult. However, I feel at the end of the day, you get the best outcome, okay? Because the World card indicates you celebrate, you're really proud of yourself, you reach a goal, and the Star energy indicates actually you get what you wish for. So I feel there's a really positive energy there as well. But the Four of Swords, if you do work in a career environment for other people, for example, an establishment, if there's some restructures going on, I feel like you are very much in a protected mode, okay? Four of Swords, the figure who takes a pause to reflect is often protected by spirit, because you're in, an energy of withdrawal, a timeout, in order to get clear and listen to the whisperings of your heart, okay? Especially since you got the Strength card, which is your card, my beautiful Leo. This is about you listening to yourself and getting clear on what it is that you want. Almost like meditating or reflecting on ideas, and some of you may feel actually that you're a little bit like on the outside looking in sometimes in your career, but that's actually a really great position to be in, because it means you're capable of shaking up the status quo, okay? You were born to be a leader, and that's why you stand out. People who are like gathering together in a group, they have groupthink or they have like group mentality, but you set yourself apart naturally, not on purpose. You just were born to shine, and you can't help that, okay? It's just in your genetic makeup that you are someone who is born to be successful. You are setting trends, you're not following trends, and I definitely get an energy here that you are protected on your path to go the distance, okay? So this is a very positive time for you to affect change in your current, career status. So even if you're looking for work, because the Four of Swords can indicate you're currently having a bit of a timeout of the working environment, you're going to hear some news in the month of February that's going to change everything. This is action. This is, the Knights are all about going after a goal, things gaining momentum. And the Knight of Swords also indicates some of you are looking at the working environment in a different way, okay? Getting a different perspective. So it's like, how can you shake things up so that you can actually work things out for your highest good? So not only are you having wonderful new ideas of where you can perhaps be an entrepreneur or make money from your home space, and I say that because you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about domesticity, okay? And how can you protect the finances that you've already worked for? So I definitely see some of you are looking at like budgets and savings plans as well there, because I feel like, you're trying to quieten your mind so that you can have more action, okay? Also, I feel some of you have gone off grid in order to action a plan, okay? Something that you're keeping to yourself at this time, that you're not ready to talk about. Doesn't mean you're not going to talk about it later on, but it's more of doing rather than talking. So I feel, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me a song right now, and I'm not really sure. It's a very famous song. It's by Elvis, I think. I'm probably now wrong on that, but I think it's Elvis. A little less conversation, a little more action, please. Okay, so I mean, I'm not sure if that song's really about love or anything, but I'm actually picking it up in terms of your career. It's like, you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Some people talk about stuff. You actually action stuff. You make things happen. So whether you are already in charge of a team and you're still putting yourself apart, I feel there's a potential here for elevation, a promotion, but there may have been some sort of promotion or opportunity that didn't go your way and it made you a little bit cross. Okay. Remember, rejection is protection for redirection, okay? And sometimes, the universe can always see ahead. So there is normally an opportunity ahead for you that is even better than anything that you felt like you missed out on. Because remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So you're not missing out on anything. It's just, it was the first opportunity to come along. It's not the last, and it certainly won't be the best. So I definitely get a sense here there's something better on the horizon for you that you're aligning yourself with. But also, I feel like you're taking action. You're being really resourceful with your energy, channeling it into change in your career. Now, the Knight of Swords can also indicate that you don't want to rush into something. You may be eager to start something, but right now you're just trying to, investigate all the ingredients and all the variables to make something happen. And I feel like you're in a very explorative phase in your career where I feel you're going to make some bold moves, and I feel it's really exciting time for you. Now, in the resistance position, we do have the Queen of Pentacles here. Now, this can indicate some of you have been dealing with someone who's been trying to micromanage you, or someone who's actually envious of your position, okay? So I feel like there may be some sort of readdress of the balance with this situation by the end of February, whether the person who is trying to single you out is called out on it by HR or people, because I get an energy of someone in a position of power really noticing that this person, they've been behaving abominably towards you, okay? That's a really interesting word. I never use words like that, so that's not my energy. So maybe you're going to hear that word, abominably. I mean, when I really actually go to focus on it, I almost can't say it myself, but it came through there for you. So maybe there's someone in your life right now who uses those words, or that word in particular. Now, the Queen of Pentacles also indicates that some of you may feel that you're not comfortable fully in your position right now. And what's really wonderful about the body, mind, and soul is it is our blueprint. It is our gauge, our map on how we're doing in life or how we're ascending. And if your body is telling you, or any part of you or your current circumstances are telling you that you're not comfortable where you're at, it means you need to activate change, okay? It's a big red flag. So if you feel a little bit like you've got to a position in your career right now where you've hit a glass ceiling and it just is not feeling comfortable anymore because you're not stretched, I feel this is the time where you rise to the challenge and make some changes in your career that benefit you long term and put you in a position to elevate in your career in some way. Because again, anything that is in the resistance position, it goes into the upright by the end of February, okay? Because I'm only reading for the next 6 weeks or so. Now, I do see some of you, if you haven't launched it already, you've got an idea to launch a business from home. This is going to be so lucrative. It's going to increase your money, okay? Tenfold is what I'm hearing. But I feel like you're being very practical, very grounded, and you've got a plan, okay? I feel like you're tending to your budgets as well. I really feel like you're making some great decisions about your finances, whereas some of you may be trying to recoup money that perhaps you spent in December into January, like that sort of period, but now you're getting serious about a budget or a plan, okay? Now, the Queen of Pentacles also indicates that you always try to make enough money for you and your family or those who are nearest and dearest. So I definitely see that you are paying attention to your finances. You're building a life of comfort. So therefore, I feel it's really interesting as well, because the Justice card with the Queen of Pentacles can also indicate some of you you're wondering whether you'll be protected during some changes in your working environment, okay? So, for example, if you work for yourself and you're an entrepreneur, you may have noticed that at a usually and typically busy time of year, it may have been quieter than usual, okay? Because people are holding on to their finances a little bit more. Some of you are a little bit worried, but I definitely see it's going to pick up again as you move through to the end of February, okay? I see a little bit more like client energy coming towards you, money coming on gone in. I see money actually being multiplied there. And if you work in a career environment for someone else, I definitely see that some of you, there is a restructure going on, whether it's behind the scenes and you may find out about it, because I feel this energy of through the grapevine, you may hear a secret about how management are doing or how things are going down. Okay, I actually see that there's a new contract available to you. It's almost like you are to be saved if they're making redundancies, right? But also, I really want you to be aware that sometimes these moments come along in our career in order to make us have a moment of self-reflection. If you're happy where you're at, then I definitely see that you'll stay where you're at, because I get a sense with your first card as you have the power. You're in a really powerful position. People in the company actually really value your working ethic, and with the star energy, you really stand out for them. You're an asset to their team. However, if you feel like things intuitively are not going in your favor, or you feel that the company is not doing as well as you would hope, then I definitely see that some of you may actually take the initiative to put your resume out there and say, it's time for me to move on to pastures new. And I feel for some of you with the star energy and the Two of Swords, I feel like there's a couple of options there, but I feel you have the power to decide. And I feel that there's a new opportunity coming in as well, like a wish, a dream job opportunity if you want it. But I feel you put the resume out first before you decide to leave. For some of you who have already left though, I feel, there is a new opportunity coming in. So if you're currently out of work, there's a new opportunity coming in that is going to bring more money than you had in the past. Okay. Now the Queen of Pentacles also can tell me that some of you are going to be making money from the comfort of your own home. Okay, you work really hard. You're someone who is dedicated and committed to your goals, and that hard work is going to pay off. Okay, but also I feel like you are someone who is very resourceful. You have the potential to increase your finances and find opportunities where some people find challenges and cannot find opportunities. You're the sort of person who, it's make or break, and you always make. So I definitely get a sense here that you are going to find yourself in a really great position to increase those finances, but also you may hear or meet people who can help you in your endeavors. Okay, so what it tells me here is the seed that you've already planted, whether that's just an idea, you're nurturing it to term, to be very, lucrative in some way. So whether it's actually a project in your company or whether it's, an idea that you're striking out with, it's going to bear fruit, financial fruit, and it's going to put you in a really good position of status as well there, because I see you moving up the ladder. Now we do have the Three of Swords. It's in the resistance position, and that's kind of where you want it to be honest. But remember, at the end of February, it is going to go into the upright. So this can indicate there's going to be a faster pace at the end of February, where you're going to have a lot more like documents to adhere to, administrative tasks, emails, calls, paperwork. Some of you are even going to be looking at like personal documents that are really important for renewal during this period as well. This could be like visas, passports, because some of you may be trying to tie up loose ends before you take a major vacation, and you're trying to like organize your life, but at the same time be organized at work. So you may feel a little bit overwhelmed at the end of February, okay? But ultimately, if there's someone here who's trying to micromanage you or trying to single you out, because I do see there's someone here who is a little bit jealous of your skill set and they see your capabilities. Now, they want to shine, but they just don't have the talent, the drive, and the determination to go to the places that you're going to. So I feel it's really important to recognize that this person, they may try to cause some trouble, or they may take your ideas and pretend it was theirs. So just watch out there who you discuss your ideas with. But also, the Three of Swords in this position can indicate that this person, it's almost like if they either A, get called out, or B, have a conscience, I feel this person, there is an apology here for you, okay? Three of Swords is to either receive an apology or recover after a difficulty. And if some of you felt like you lost out on a position, it's because you're going to actually recover quite quickly after this, because you're going to see that there was a new position lined up for you that is way better than the one that you feel like you lost out on, okay? Now, I do feel this, and please don't shoot the messenger, but just bear in mind, I feel there's someone that you currently deal with day to day regarding your career who is under a lot of pressure, okay? And I feel this person, they may be going through a divorce. Okay, or maybe you are going through a divorce, my beautiful Leo, and you have a lot on your mind right now, and you're trying to just do life. It's almost like you're launching yourself into your working environment, trying to forget about all the personal stuff. I mean, some of you may even be going through legalities behind the scenes or something personal. And, you know, I feel this is about you trying to find your way. But I feel like you're going to deal with someone who actually is going through something really difficult. And I feel in the month of February, they're going to be really snappy. They're going to say something totally out of turn. They're going to say something that is potentially wounding towards you, okay? They're under a lot of pressure, and I'm not asking you to give this person a free pass at all, but I feel this person, they are going to correct themselves quite quickly, you know, like a day or so. They're going to come back to you, and they're going to discuss with you why. And it doesn't make it right, okay? It doesn't make it right at all, but I feel this person, they're buckling under some sort of pressure right now. And we all have to recognize that everyone is going through stuff, right? We can walk down the street and we can just see people in a sea of people. They're all, you know, just doing themselves. But each one of them is going through something truly difficult. And some of them, you know, truly traumatic, okay? So I feel you're someone who has a beautiful heart, and I feel like you will understand why this person lashed out. It's not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. And I actually feel like you will stand your ground on this as well. So I feel that still you're in a really great position of power in this situation. However, this person, they will eat humble pie because they let themselves, almost like their emotions, get the better of them. Okay, so that's coming out there. I will just mention it and move on. I mean, for some of you beautiful Leos, it may even be you that lashes out a little bit. Okay, because I feel like you're trying to manage stress levels and just do life. You know, human beings, we do so much. We're trying to look after our families, pay the bills, do life, keep on top of things, see that the world is one crazy place, and try to do the best that we can to help, you know, situations as much as we can, be humanitarian. But at the same time, you know, it's like sometimes it's hard to take a breath. So I definitely get a sense here you're being given an opportunity this month to reschedule your life in some way where you can allow yourself to also take a breath. It's so important, okay? Now, your outcome energy, of course, is the World, but we've also got the Two of Swords here. Now, the Two of Swords is time to make a compromise. It's really about checking in with yourself and seeing yourself in the future, what it is that you truly desire. So, for example, if you put your resume out there, there may be two opportunities that come in. Really visualize what it is that you want, where you want to take your career. Because of course, you know, money is important. We need to pay the bills, but it's not all about money. It's more about, you know, you establishing yourself. It's about you enjoying what you do, adding value to what you do, and having that sense of purpose as well. Feeling fulfilled on many different levels, as well as your bank account being fulfilled too. So I feel some of you have some really big decisions to make regarding your career in some way in the month of February. And I feel it's going to go one or two ways, really, is what I see here. It's like, take some time out, basically, to really think what's right for you. But I feel some of you are going to make a compromise and either stay where you are and try to negotiate a better deal, or some of you are actually going to leave. You know, that you're going to make a decision that now is the time for you to strike out and do something different. But the choice will be yours, okay? Now, the Two of Swords also indicates balance, okay? Making sure that you have balance at work and managing stress levels and all of those things. But it can also be about this energy of uncertainty. So if you do feel like there are some major changes in your career sector, and you're really feeling that there is a level of uncertainty that makes you feel a little bit worried, the star energy indicates that there is nothing to worry about. Have faith, okay? This is a card of renewal of faith as well. The star is about shining your light, standing out from the crowd. I've already mentioned that, but it's more than that. It's about, you know, opportunities showing up for you, wishes that you've been aligning yourself with, but also an indication that things are going to get better, okay? So this is a time, February tends to be a really big time for you, for new ideas, inspiration, embracing, you know, growth in your career, and really like setting yourself apart by being your wonderful, unique self, allowing yourself to shine. This is a new phase of your career as well. So for some of you, it may be that you are taking up that new job opportunity, or you are striking out on your own and setting up an entrepreneurship. And some of you, because you have that Two of Swords, you're doing both, okay? You may have this sense of duality about you. So that's why it's really important to get the rest you need, because I feel the second half of February is going to get pretty fast for you, okay? It's going to be a lot of stuff to do there. Now also, the star energy, it indicates that you're gaining clarity about leveling up in your career, but also it's about you being seen, being appreciated for the skill set that you have. You're someone who has an incredible mind. And some of you, and this is not going to be all of you, but some of you, either you may have been a little bit unwell recently, or you may have had some fluctuations in your hormones, or some of you may even be entering into a new cycle in terms of your body where, like, for example, you may be entering the menopause, or, things may be changing within you, and you felt a little bit clouded recently, or a little bit like brain fog, or a little bit under pressure. This is going to dissipate, okay? I feel some of you may actually be making adjustments in your home space, whether this is like better sleep, maybe not being on your phone before you go to bed so you get a really great night's sleep. Some of you may be adjusting your diet in some way where you eradicate a food substance that makes you feel drained or makes you feel like you're having intense highs and lows. I definitely see that you're on optimum form in the month of February, and I feel like you just go from strength to strength. So for the month of February, for those of you looking for a promotion, I feel it would come at the latter stage of February. It's more actually February into March, actually. So you may hear about it in February, but you may action it in the month of March because it seems to be something delayed. So some of you may have even been promised like a raise or a promotion or a new role with more responsibility. And you may be like, well, where's it at? You may feel like they've forgotten about it or that it's not going to happen. I feel, there's an energy of like false start here. So it could mean that it's going to come back around and you started a little bit later than you expected. They're not going to backdate the pay. Okay. So I just see that could be a discrepancy that either you have to address where you're like, hang on a minute, you said this date was going to happen this time and now you're saying it's like in 2 months time or something like that. Are you going to backdate the pay because you promised me the role for this money would start on this date? I feel like they won't. Okay, I feel like there's something a little bit like, it's almost like someone didn't do their job properly. So I feel like they're trying to cover their tracks and they won't backdate it. So you have the potential to, take legal action if you want to. But what I'm seeing here is that some of you may decide to live and let live because the star energy is there. And I feel like you will be recompensed later on through a bonus because of your goodwill. So that's how I see that playing out. But you make your decision. It's all yours. Now, also, I see that there is a potential here in the month of February for my beautiful Leos for some sort of document to go unnoticed. So just watch out for that. Make sure you look at hard copy mail or emails, even in the spam folder. Most important, because I feel there is a potential here for a missed document that could cause some level of annoyance or frustration, or even, it feels like, oh, how did I forget that? Or how did that get missed? It just feels very much like sucker punch to the gut. I don't know. So it feels like a big deal. So just watch out for that because I feel the energy that I'm getting is that you are so busy that you've got a lot on your plate and it's like it has the potential to be missed. I'm not saying that you will miss it. I see it being there. So I feel there is a potential to miss something, but don't worry because I see here it's all going to work out for the best and then it's just going to be forgotten. So if you feel like it's a big deal, okay, even if it's someone else who does it, it may seem like a big deal at the time, but it will all be like, smoothed out. So it's all going to be fine. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay. So I just see it like that. So that's a lot. For those of you who are looking for a promotion, I do see, as I said, it's a little bit delayed. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. But you may be in talks about it, or some of you may hear news about a promotion in the month of February there as well. Okay. So your first card, or it's the first card from this deck, Superior. Okay, so I definitely get a sense of power, establishing yourself. That came right from the very beginning. I mean, looking at your finances, I see your finances will increase from the end of February. That's what I see there. And they only increase from there is what I see also. But with the Three of Swords present, it can indicate some sort of miscommunication. Okay, so it could be some of you get paid in a delayed way, like there was some sort of, financial role that they do where they have to pay the employees and something gets missed and they have to like give it to you at a later date. I see that happening there. Also, I'm getting an energy here of some sort of confusion about a deal. And I think that's the promotion energy. So it could be like a miscommunication on that, where you have to reestablish what's actually happening in the role. So make sure you get anything that's promised to you in writing, okay? But anyway, it says here, become a leader in the situation. Speak and act with authority. So maybe that's what that, I'm going to have to look up that egoism, because I really feel there was an energy with that. Set your boundaries and know your limits. Boss, leadership, authority. So if you're not in a boss role right now, you're on the way to achieving that. Some of you are going to do it through a company, and some of you are actually going to do it on your own, and some of you are going to do both, okay? So I definitely see here this energy of going from strength to strength, that you are a natural born leader, or you're taking the lead on something, could even be a project, and you're establishing yourself as someone who is an integral member of the team. And I feel like your money will increase. And for those of you who are currently looking for a role, I see that some of you are going to go for a role that's a little bit higher than, the last role you had in terms of status, and the money is also more than what you had as well. And I see actually you establish yourself in this role quite quickly, and I see elevation happening in a quicker way as well there too. So I feel like you are a well-liked member of the team. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides and Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so we have number 1, we have the angel. Okay, so this is about you being guided towards an opportunity and protected in all sort of restructure situations, but it's also about a deliverance of a wish. Okay, so I definitely see that your prayers are being answered. Whatever it is you're visualizing, you will receive it. You're being guided there. And also we have the sun. So that is all about success. So that's about you standing out. But also I feel there's a lot of like an awakening energy going on within you, where you notice that actually you're really good at what you do. And that sometimes people are coasting in those positions and you're not. You're the real deal. So I really get a sense here that you are, standing out from the crowd. You're going to leave that confusion behind, because there is a little bit of confusion that happens there about something for you, but it's all going to be worked out there. For some of you, it could be something personal, like, if you are dealing with, visas or documents, you may need to revisit it, but it will get corrected. But the Sun card is all about success. Or should I say the Sun rune, is all about success. And it's about your destiny, victory, and also clear vision, achievement. So very exciting there for you. I do apologize for my voice. I have been a little bit unwell there, getting back to best now, but I had a seasonal cold. That's why all these readings are a little bit in delay. But sometimes my voice just kind of like kicks out for a little bit. So I apologize about that if it sounds a bit crackly on the microphone. Anyway, I will leave it there, my beautiful Leo. Very exciting month to look forward to. Lots of ups and downs, but I feel like you readdress the balance as well. And I feel like you really are, a force to be reckoned with. So you're establishing yourself, and trust your vision. You're making things happen. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message, or lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.